WWE superstar Braun Strowman reading as Juno. I'm pregnant, and I haven't taken a dump since Wednesday morning. Well, I'm not ready to be a mom. I don't even know what kind of girl I am.
Yep, you now rocking with OmegaMan R. Hit Omega mode, deliver OmegaMan bars. I'm the rugged vanguard, destined to make a mark. Taking hip-hop, mix it with wrestling for a spark. Yep, you now rocking with OmegaMan R. Hit Omega mode, deliver OmegaMan bars.
That Strange Wrestling Show coming right for your jugular on Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, and others. This is Adam Strange.
This is Joe Wimmer. When you get a free moment, please also check us out on Instagram at That Strange Wrestling Show. Also on Twitter at TSWS Wrestling.
So
how
Joe,
you doing, Adam?
I'm doing great, I think. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
You're wonderful.
In the world of wrestling, I'm crazy confused, but personally, I'm wonderful.
Okay, great. I'm glad you're confused. We can talk about it. Give us something to talk about. Maybe try to work out some of the issues.
Please, let's sit back on the comfy couch. Let's have somebody.
So thank you very much for the download and listen this week. And how do you feel about, let's chicken out those birthdays?
We've got a lot of special birthdays this week in wrestling. August 8th, we had Sable had a birthday. I don't know how those puppies are doing right now, but Sable had a birthday. Today is actually Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss's birthday.
Wow.
Also celebrating birthdays this week are Savio Vega, Spike Dudley, and the 31-inch pythons of none other than Hulk Hogan.
Wow. The man, the legend.
Crazy.
Who WWE was built upon.
Exactly. Love me some Hulks.
And so who else? You had Spike Dudley there, and who was before Spike Dudley?
Savio Vega.
Savio Vega, famous for his mini feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right before Well, I guess that was like right at the beginnings of when Stone Cold was taking off.
Yeah.
Had a nice feud with Stone Cold. So I love all of them. I love all of them.
You love Alexa Bliss?
I love Alexa Bliss. You don't love Alexa Bliss?
I don't. She's boring.
Boring? Okay, well, okay. The last 2 weeks.
She's a basic bitch.
I think the last.
She's so basic.
Okay, well, hold on. I think the last 2 weeks, all we've seen of her is on commentary. Does that seem right?
Yeah, and she hardly even says anything. Like, Booker T just like catcalls her, and then that's about it.
Oh, Booker T. Booker T. We need to talk about Booker T. but as far as Alexa Bliss goes, maybe she's not great on commentary. I kind of like her promos most of the time. In the ring, I think she's pretty good. But, okay, the thing when she gets on commentary that kind of drives me nuts is they welcome Alexa Bliss to the commentary table, and she's like, thank you.
Yeah, right.
It's like, dude, you're a heel. Like, say something shitty to these guys.
Yeah.
But,
she's just like part of the panel. Like, she doesn't really play her character. She's just there.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. That's fair, especially since the last 2 weeks, all she's been doing is commentary. But Booker T, right? I'm not sure if this is a Booker T problem or if it's a, give me his name, not Michael Cole.
Corey Graves.
Maybe it's a Corey Graves problem. But so Corey Graves calls out Booker T on basically every hypocritical thing that Booker T says.
He does. It's crazy. I've noticed that too.
I don't know why. Like, why is he calling out Booker T so much?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like good commentator etiquette to like call out your calling partner at least once a match.
At least once a match, yeah. And he even calls him out about something that he said from a previous match that doesn't align with what he's saying in the current match.
Booker T's still fairly new to the commentating game.
No, he's not. He's not. He did a lot of commentary in the past.
Okay, I was trying to stick up for Booker T because he was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Yeah, he still needs some work if he's going to be a mainstay in the commentating.
Yeah, he does need some work, but I think also Corey Graves needs to relax a little bit.
Yeah, that's true too. Let me ask you this about commentating in general.
Okay.
Do you like the booth up at the top of the concourse?
I don't think I like it.
Or do you like it better down at ringside.
I like it at ring.
Me too. Like camera angle wise, it kind of makes sense having it up there.
Yeah.
Like for differentials and shots and getting some more visuals going, that makes sense. But it takes it too far away from the act.
Yeah, it's weird every time when they're wrestling outside the ring and there are no table there.
Right. Exactly. I mean, they have to go into the timekeepers and call it.
Yeah.
And find a chair to throw or hit him with a bell or something.
Oh, that was so good though.
Yeah.
This week in the last man standing match with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, when Braun Strowman's threw not the commentator's chair, but the timekeeper's chair.
Yeah.
Into Roman Reigns, it looked spectacular.
It did look cool. It was a huge office chair. It was a throne almost.
Yeah. It was an office chair with a bunch of wheels on it. So.
Like, on SmackDown, they did it too. The New Day grabbed some chairs out of there when they were going up against jump the Usos after their match.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's getting use out of that little corner for finally, but it's still not the same as having the whole table and everything down there.
Right. So let's go ahead and get into some news from this week. We're going to start with Shinsuke Nakamura. And Sports Illustrated has been reporting that Vince McMahon was reportedly furious about John Cena being dropped on his head, right?
That's the report. Yep.
Last week, yeah. That's what they're going with. Apparently, McMahon was less upset or he wasn't necessarily upset at Nakamura necessarily. How many times can I say necessary? Right. I don't know. But
he wasn't mad at Nakamura. He was coming to the defense of John Cena.
Right, yeah, that's
he was protecting his favorite son, one of his favorite sons.
Yeah.
He's not ready to, throw the book at Nakamura. He's just like, hey, this is my boy you're messing with over here.
So
allegedly, we don't know that he said it.
Right.
Or maybe, that's the story. Maybe he was kind of more irate at Nakamura. I don't know. And they just want to, keep Nakamura in good standings. They don't want to call him out right now because there's, their main storyline lies in it.
Sure. Nakamura is a veteran. He's a professional veteran.
Yeah.
And things happen. It's wrestling.
I remember hearing something the last week that, I personally haven't seen examples of it, but he kind of has, not a track record, but he's, laid some hard bumps before that aren't necessarily technically sound. I mean, he just gets too excited maybe, and he just chucked him a little too far. I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems like he gets pretty excited.
Yeah. It's hard for me to know. I don't know, because I'm just a fan. But I also saw things that are reports that were saying that it was Cena's fault because he didn't rotate enough out of the
It could be too. Yeah, I can see that.
It's hard to say. Magnum TA was refused entry into Disneyland. Have you heard about this?
Go on. No, I haven't.
Okay. Well,
who gets refused into Disneyland? What the hell does that mean? It's the greatest place on earth.
I know. I'm getting ready to tell you about it. Okay, so apparently Tessa Blanchard of WWE NXT specifically tweeted out this week that Disney's Magic Kingdom is refusing to let my stepdad in, and because of his Segway he uses in place of walking, because Magnum TA is paralyzed. Apparently he uses a Segway to walk around. She sent out a second tweet. This is absolutely ridiculous. He surprised his kids with, or maybe grandkids, I'm not sure, with a trip to Disney, and then they turned him away. And the last sentence of her tweet is happiest place on earth. So Segways are a no-no in Disneyland. Which one is in Orlando?
That's Disney World. Disneyland is in California.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this happened at Disney World then.
Okay, in Florida.
Yes, in Florida. So
other than mall cops, when was the last time you saw anybody on a Segway?
Other than, I'm sorry, what kind of cops?
Mall cops.
Mall cops, yeah. The only time I've ever seen anyone on a Segway was they were doing a Segway tour in downtown Indianapolis. Yeah. And I just happened to be there with, tourists just zipping by in their Segways. But other than that, never. That's
a heck of a reason to, deny someone interest into Disney. Like, you can't accommodate him, give him like a hover round or a little rascal to ride in. He's not even allowed in the park.
That's a good point. Magnum TA, maybe he has some blame in this too. Maybe he was like, I'm not going in there unless I get to ride this Segway. In that case, it's Magnum's fault.
How much does a Segway cost?
Oh, millions of dollars. Neither one of us could ever dream of owning a Segway.
Neither of us would want to own a Segway if we can't get into Disney.
Right. Okay. I was going to call bullshit on that, but you added a good point there to me. Okay. So Sportskeeda, I think it's Kedia. It might be Cadia. I have no idea what the hell the name of the website is. But they came out with 15 wrestlers, came out with an article about 15 wrestlers who haven't been on television for the last month. Okay. So I'm going to burn through this list.
Let's hear it.
We got the Colognes, Goldust, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Sin Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Titus O'Neil, which I should add, this list is people who haven't wrestled a match on television last month.
Okay, because I was about to call bullshit on Goldust.
Okay, I haven't wrestled a match.
Okay.
Singh Brothers, Nikki Bella, James Ellsworth, who we just saw come back this week. Darren Young, Kane, Summer Rae, and Paige.
Kane is still on the roster?
Yeah, apparently. I think he's running for mayor of a town in Tennessee. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. So, have you seen any of his campaign videos?
No.
He looks pretty serious.
I'm sure they're hell-raising.
They're not as hell-raising as you'd expect. I was expecting a lot of fire coming out of desks and things, but no.
It's gonna choke slam that deficit.
Yeah. You would think if he watched the last presidential election, that he would really play up the fact that he's a wrestler.
You would think so.
But he doesn't. So, did any of those names mean anything to you?
Paige, obviously.
Yeah, Paige.
This is the Paige News channel.
It is.
No, let's see. What's Sin Cara doing? That's a guy I like.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
He's there. He's backstage. Yeah, I don't know why he's not been on television specifically. I think they kept him away from 205 Live for some reason.
No. Most of that list is people you don't really want to see wasting your time on a major show. So that was just people that haven't been on Raw and SmackDown. That's not people that have they been in house shows wrestling? Maybe.
Right. It's just on TV.
Okay. Yeah.
So
they're still getting some mat time. It's just not being seen.
Okay. One name that I think Luke Harper. Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, Luke Harper. I'd like to see Luke Harper.
Oh wow. Yeah, he had a nice little push there for a little while. I guess it has been 2 or 3 months ago, but yeah.
I'm not sure what killed Luke Harper. I'd like to see him back.
Me too.
Yeah.
He got in better shape. He was running all over people.
Sure. And then got last week we talked about Paige was going to be on Busted Open Radio.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Did you get to hear it?
I did. I heard most of it.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know then.
It sounded like it was a phone interview. They didn't come into a studio. They were having lunch with their kids as they were conducting the interview. And occasionally, it doesn't sound like you're going to get any deep, scoopy gossip out of that interview. And you really, from what I heard, you really didn't. It was, the most vanilla, basic interview I've heard from wrestlers recently.
Yeah.
You could pretty much guess what was said. It was like, no, it wasn't as hyped up as social media made it out to be. And, we're just a couple that fights just like every other couple. It was a waste of a half hour. However, it did make me, keen to the Busted Open show on Sirius XM Rush, channel 93, I think. It's something I'm definitely going to be checking out. I didn't even know that they had a WWE-geared show on that channel. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out to get a little more info when I can.
Great.
But yeah, as far as they didn't sound like they were on drugs, but they sounded like maybe they were coming off of drugs. I know I've mentioned that a few times. They just sound sketchy. Like they didn't sound like they were in, sound mind and body. I don't know why I just have that premonition that I just want to keep on pushing through the airwaves, but there's something wrong with those guys.
Sure. Yeah, there's something wrong. If we keep on saying there's something wrong, eventually something's going to be really wrong.
Something's going to be wrong. And we're going to be like, yep, we told you so.
We told you. Okay, so apparently Joe.
That's me.
So Paige apparently said during that interview that she would be back in WWE sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and she's gonna explode the ratings.
Now, did she say she was going to explode the rating?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's probably true, right? At least for the first time, people are going to be interested. You don't think anybody's going to be interested?
How will they know that she's going to be back? Like, are they going to say a week before that she'll be back, or is she just going to surprise everybody?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, you're right. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. don't be sorry, Nakamura.
Oh man. So also Alberto Del Rio's suspension from Global Force Wrestling. Did you hear anything about that in the interview?
I didn't. Paige did a lot of when you heard Alberto, he was mainly talking about his family and how sorry he was to his own family about the stress that he's caused them. The beautiful British accent of Paige is what you mean.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard an Alberto Del Rio rant on social media?
No.
Oh, man, they're brutal. He has one on Triple H. I don't think he mentions Triple H by name, but he's clearly talking about Triple H, and it is brutal. And he's clearly, he's toasted. But I'm not sure when his suspension will end. Obviously, as I said before, I'm not watching Global Force Wrestling anymore until the trademark issue with the broken gimmick for the Hardys is figured out. Were the Hardys on Raw this week?
I didn't see them. No.
Yeah, I didn't either. So we'll go through that in a bit, but I don't think I saw them on there. Apparently, both WWE and Global Force Wrestling have trademark attorneys that have been assigned for the trademarking of the broken gimmick. Right. So hopefully this is resolved really soon.
Like, is it that important though?
It's
do you really want it?
Yes, it is very important because okay.
It does seem I guess they do need something.
They need something. The Hardy Boys.
They're not getting over on their Southern accents alone.
No, they're not. Just as Matt and Jeff Hardy, especially now because they're old and they're not doing crazy stuff on television. Right. Like, why should I care other than they were a big deal 15 years ago or whenever it was?
So are they just going to replay the whole broken thing, or are they just going to pick it up where they left off 3 months ago? No, just start it all over again. Just on WWE television, right. Which is fine with me. It's I could see them doing that.
Yeah. So how about Braun Strowman? I think this was on The Ringer, apparently, which is a website podcast thing. Did you see him doing a reading for Juno as Juno?
Wow, no.
Yeah.
The pregnant teenage girl.
The pregnant teenage girl.
No.
Braun Strowman as the pregnant teenage girl. Wow. Yeah.
How did he do? Was he convincing?
No, he didn't do a good job. And actually, it sounds, me just saying that, it sounds a lot better than what the video actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't do a very good job, and it's a little bit disappointing, but it was something. I saw the headline, I had to check it out.
I would take it more of as a Little Miss Sunshine reader as opposed to a Juno. But hey, I guess I'm right.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he laughs in the reading, right? I wanted him to take it, like just real serious.
Yeah. A monster among pregnant teenage women.
Yes. Unfortunately, at least at the end, he was laughing.
You know about Ronda Rousey doing some WWE training, right?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
That's cool. Give her something to do. She's definitely not going to be doing anything in the octagon worth a damn, worth watching more. So maybe a slight little veer in her career would do her some good.
Yeah. So now she's not training with WWE. Like, she's not at the Performance Center. I don't think.
No, I don't believe so. I think she's just getting some professional wrestling training as far as what I've.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if she gets trained, I can't imagine that she's going to end up anywhere else. Like, where else would she go? New Japan probably the only place.
Yeah, I can see that.
But Ronda Rousey doing the independent thing, that would seem really weird. That would seem very weird. I guess she probably doesn't need a paycheck, though.
She might by now. I don't know. How much has she spent on counseling?
On counseling for what?
On psychiatric. She's got to be messed up from those losses.
Those losses? How many losses have there been? She lost once, maybe twice.
2. She's lost 2 big fights. She lost to Holly Holm and that other chick. I don't know who, but yeah, she was obviously, favored in both fights, and she just can't get it done.
Okay, so man, I don't know that. So she loses 2 times. She goes on this streak of maybe it was 10 fights. I'm not sure. She goes undefeated for 10 fights.
But she was unbeatable in those 10. It wasn't even a question. And she was totally favored against Holly Holm. Like, Holly Holm was basically an unknown at the time. Obviously, people were underestimating her because, she's proven to be a pretty good fighter. But, yeah, I mean, like, just the mental breakdown that she must have been having after, you can't block out all of the news about everyone that's talking about you, but it's got to be really tough on her.
I don't know. I think it's overblown. Just too long. I mean, she's got 2 losses in her career, right?
Yeah, but no one, she doesn't have a fight coming up. Like, no one wants to fight her right now. Like, she's not, she's not in the UFC's, main ticket right now.
Yeah, I think the UFC just completely dumps her, basically. So
yeah,
I don't get it.
She's done.
I don't get it. She's a huge draw, I think, still.
She was. No, she's not.
You don't think so?
No. It's the same with men, though. Like, after a couple losses, nobody wants to see you anymore. At least, like, you're not the main attraction anymore once you lose a couple times.
Okay, fine. We'll move on to John Cena. He's advertised for a Raw match with Samoa Joe on September 4th, which may be a Monday. I'm not entirely sure. That might be like the date of a house show. But they keep on, even in the last episode of SmackDown, they mentioned that John Cena was a free agent. So
that's true. That is a Monday, so it would be potentially a Raw matchup. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. So yeah, that's in like 2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks. Okay, interesting. That would be the night after. No, that's not right.
I'm sorry. That's not
2 weeks.
That's 4 weeks away.
4 weeks.
My apologies.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
It was two button pushes, but it was 4 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, obviously, I think everybody's expecting Cena to move over to Raw at some point, especially since they keep on pushing that John Cena's a free agent. Although,
yeah,
they keep bringing it up in commentary, but other than that, it's been like no difference at all. He's just been on SmackDown.
Yeah, right. That's also kind of, if he can go anywhere he pleases, ideally. Like, you would think by now he may have already hopped over to a SmackDown show or a Raw.
Yeah, why not do both? Why doesn't he just do both?
Yeah, right. They were in the same town this week. It would have been a perfect opportunity.
Yeah. Also, so he is going to fight Baron Corbin. John Cena is at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And rumor has it that he's going over in that match. And John Cena has lost 6 straight years at SummerSlam.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I haven't gone back to look at all the matches, but he's lost 6 straight times.
It's amazing.
So, I guess, at least he gets his win this year.
Yeah, he's got to.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, he's not going to lose to Baron Corbin.
Okay.
He's not losing. Baron Corbin's got the briefcase, so in McMahon's eyes, he can...
Sure, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that, actually.
Okay, a couple other things. There are going to be, supposedly, WWE is doing 2 superstar shakeups instead of doing a draft at all for for Raw and SmackDown.
Right, I did read that tonight, actually.
Yeah.
That seems like too much to me.
Twice
a year, you're just going to switch it up. I mean, it keeps it fresh. It keeps people more interested in going to shows, I guess, to see different people.
Yeah, maybe.
But that just seems like too much breakage in storylines. Doing it every 6 months, I guess, is how you would do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I would assume. I would assume they're going to do it at least after SummerSlam and after WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how that lines up month wise. Are they maybe 5 months apart? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's probably too much. But once a year might be too much too. I don't know.
I don't really like the draft. That's a little cheesy. So I could see them doing something different. But 2 shakeups every year, like, that's too.
I don't even remember how the shakeup worked this year, honestly. Did they just announce, like, hey, these guys are coming to Raw and these guys are coming to SmackDown?
Basically, I don't think any of it was really televised, was it? I think it was, I remember seeing a few updates on the WWE Network's app. That's how I kind of saw most of it. I don't remember seeing anything televised about it.
Yeah. Also, Taboo Tuesday. Did you ever get to watch a Taboo Tuesday? There may have only been 1, maybe 2, because they also had Cyber Sunday. Okay. Well, it formerly was a pay-per-view where the fans, it'd be like a fan poll for every match.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that.
Okay, right. Yeah. So
How long ago was that?
I would say mid 2000s. We're talking 2004, 5, 6, around there. But apparently they might be bringing it back for an edition of SmackDown, not as a pay-per-view, but as a SmackDown show. So that sounds pretty cool. They're going to let people vote on it, like on Twitter or something.
Yeah, sure.
You're not into it?
No, it's been done. It's not a fresh idea, and it's not anything that's going to really help ratings. I don't think it'll help social media. Yeah, but like people that just watch SmackDown and Raw and don't really participate in social media, like they're not going to get on Twitter just to do that.
Well, I think it depends on the choices that they're going to give us.
That's true too. Like match stipulations. Would that be something that they would?
Oh, yeah. Match stipulations is definitely one that they usually do. And then they also do like, okay, this guy is going to fight one of these 3 guys.
Sure.
And you vote on it. They also did Raw Roulette, I believe it was called, where they tried this idea before. And, yeah, it was very bad.
Spin a wheel and whatever it lands on, that's what...
Oh, yeah, that was Raw Roulette.
Yeah, I think so. I remember that.
Yeah. They did something else on Raw where they did a fan vote for the show. But, yeah, it didn't end up being all that great. So you're probably right. Yeah, Taboo Tuesday on SmackDown, it's just going to be shit.
You know, for a one-off, though, if they just do it one time, you know, it's not going to kill them, obviously.
Sure, yeah. Anything to be different
take a
than
risk.
Another week, right?
Yeah, something fresh. Although, you know, they don't really need to do it on SmackDown. If they needed to do it somewhere, they should do it on Raw, in my opinion. I think SmackDown is just running so smoothly right now.
Right. Well, the problem with Raw is just that it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get through a full 3 hours.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like that would, you know, keep it kind of more exciting. Like,
sure, yeah.
Have something to look forward to every 15 minutes or however often they would.
So we'll talk about Raw here a little bit. You have anything off the top of your head that you'd like to say about Raw?
I don't want to get too far into Raw, but
go for it.
Can we talk about Enzo and
Yeah. Not a Shark Tank, right?
A shark. It's not a Shark Tank?
No, it's not a Shark Tank. It's not going to be a tank full of sharks. Is that what he said?
What did he say?
I thought they were saying a shark cage.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, okay.
A cage that you keep sharks in or a tank you keep sharks in?
No. You know.
Will there be live sharks at SummerSlam?
There will be no sharks.
You're positive?
I'm positive, dude. I'm positive.
I have to disagree.
Okay, well, yeah. Tell me your theory about sharks at SummerSlam.
Why would you not tune into SummerSlam if they're advertising sharks at SummerSlam?
No, yeah.
Enzo in above the ring. Okay, maybe that's a stretch. So he'll just be in jail above the ring.
Right. They did the same thing at Royal Rumble with Chris Jericho above the ring while Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens battled it out.
Did they call it a Shark Tank?
I'm pretty sure they did. I think a shark cage.
I'm calling it a shark.
Shark Tank. Yeah. So, well,
that really, when I heard Kurt Angle made a huge leap from what Big Cass was saying.
Yes.
Cass was saying, let's just get him out of here. So then Kurt Angle was saying, so you're saying you want to put him in a Shark Tank with live sharks above the ring at SummerSlam in Brooklyn, New York. Great idea, Big. That's verbatim what Kurt Angle said.
Yeah, that's really close. I don't know if it's verbatim, but it's very close to what happened.
But it was also a huge leap from what Big Cass was saying in that promo towards the end of Raw, when Big Cass was talking to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But that was a nice little buffer before the main event, which was really the best part of Raw, was that the last man standing match.
Oh yeah, by far. I'm not sure that was the buffer. Was that the buffer right before the match?
I think so.
Okay, well yeah, maybe it was. The last man standing match, yeah, it was pretty great. They wrestled around the ring. They made their way up to the stage. A lot of moves into the screen.
Yep.
Up there. A tease that they were going to do something into the announcer's table. I don't think they ended up using the announcer's table, right?
No. They used a table, right?
Yeah, they used a table in the ring. The Samoan drop.
Yeah.
From Roman Reigns to Braun Strowman.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, he really sold Roman Reigns did, lifting up Braun Strowman to put him through that table. However, I don't know, maybe it's a dumb gripe. I'm sure it's a dumb, but I kind of have a gripe with the end of the match. Shouldn't Roman Reigns have won that match? I mean, just because, okay, Braun Strowman is down, and they're at 9 or 8. The referee is it's a last-minute standing match, so the referee is at either 9 or 8 counting, and that's when Samoa Joe comes from the crowd. It looks great. Samoa Joe comes from the crowd, grabs Roman Reigns in the coquina clutch.
Okay.
And for some reason, the referee stops his count.
I see. I didn't pick up on that. Like, I guess just like I played right into it. Like the count didn't matter at that point. Oh, stop counting. Something's going on.
Yeah, but
when there's no disqualifications
on the ground.
Right, yeah.
No disqualifications.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even, take that into consideration.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad Braun Strowman won because I love Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but you don't think he's going to win at SummerSlam. You don't love him that much. Which, I mean, I'm still so confused. I'm still about that match now. Even more so, like, with Samoa Joe making big moves the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It could be anybody's match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, right now I'm actually leaning towards Joe.
Yeah, it seems like it.
And I'm pretty sure 2 weeks ago I was saying that he was going to be the one that got pinned.
Yeah, I think so. Roman Reigns is going to pin him?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Roman Reigns, if Joe wouldn't have been in that match, he would have won. Roman Reigns would have won the last man standing match if Samoa Joe hadn't been hiding.
Sure, yeah. Well, he definitely would have from what we saw.
Yeah.
And if they were running the show without an interference, then I highly doubt that they would have had Roman Reigns just not answer a 10 count. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had the Dean Ambrose. He extended his hand.
Yes.
He extended his fist to Seth Rollins this week. And Seth Rollins was the one to turn it down.
Deja vu all over again.
WTF, Joe. What the heck?
WTF. What the heck? Yeah. Wow. I'm baffled. Well, I'm not baffled. I'm baffled by Dean Ambrose going fist bump.
Yeah, it's weird that he was the one that was extended.
Yeah.
After
the homie that said I don't want any didn't extend the fist before a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, it was a kind of a strange turn of events there. But I think Seth Rollins, he wanted to do it. They're just kind of like, well, hey, you didn't do it to me, so I'm not gonna.
Okay, fine, whatever. I think
you still think they're going to be pitted against.
No, now I think they're going to win the championship. I don't think that's the way they should go. I think they should go against each other. But I think they're going to win at SummerSlam now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you've had a change of heart.
I have had a change of heart. But I think what should happen is that they should just turn on each other.
I don't think so. I think they should team up.
Okay.
I don't even want to see that match against one another. I don't want to see Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose. Like,
oh, really? Not at all.
That doesn't intrigue me.
Okay, but you'd rather see them as.
I'd much rather.
Do you think they're gonna? Would you rather have them as the tag team champions?
Not at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I don't know that I really want to see Cesaro and Sheamus for too much longer, but I don't know who I'd rather see.
Yeah, I would like to see Cesaro have a good singles run.
Sure.
I don't think they're going to go that way ever, but
ever again.
Ever again? No.
They're such a corny tag.
They're corny, and anytime Cesaro opens his mouth, it's pretty corny. But he's a great wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
Jason Jordan beat up somebody this week.
Yeah, who was that guy?
I don't know, but it happened, so I just thought I'd say it.
Is that the garbage man that he fought against?
No. You're putting me on the spot right now. And now I got to say the garbage man's. Come on. Duke the Dumpster Droese. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm butchering that last name. Droese.
Drossy?
Drossy. Duke the Dumpster. We'll just call him Duke the Dumpster. So I did not see the Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt deal. Did you see that this week?
I did see that.
Okay.
It was a lovely spot. I enjoyed it. It was very good. I like where that rivalry is headed. So we've talked a little bit before about Bray Wyatt and how I don't know if he's dropped the ball or WWE has dropped the ball on him. His whole storyline. Yeah. It was kind of a really short-lived title reign. He's kind of just fallen off the mountain. They didn't know what to do with him, I guess.
Yeah.
But what they've done the last two weeks, maybe 3 weeks, with Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt is it's been really cool to watch. I thought it was really cool. It started out with Finn Balor coming to the ring and talking a little bit on the microphone about Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt shows up, but Finn Balor's expecting them. He's hanging out on the turnbuckle. It's a couple of reversals back and forth. They kind of tussle in the ring. No one really gets the best of the other one. Basically, like, it's, the ring goes dark. Bray Wyatt appears. They do the little tussle. The ring goes dark again, and then Bray Wyatt disappears, and then he's up on the Megatron, the Titantron, whatever you call it nowadays.
Yeah.
And he has another little thing, and they're playing mind games with one another, and that's really fun to watch. At least for me, it was a cool little segment they had with. And it looks like it'll be a good feud.
Are you expecting the Demon Finn Balor at SummerSlam?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
Really, I'm expecting Demon Finn Balor. It's the last time we saw Demon Finn, I believe, was last SummerSlam against Seth Rollins when Finn Balor won the Universal Championship, became the first Universal Champion. So
that makes a lot of sense. I hadn't even put 2 and 2 together.
He's
I can
against
see
Bray
that.
Wyatt, so I think that's probably going to be a thing that happens.
Cool.
Next week we got Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax, and the winner faces Alexa Bliss for the championship. It's going to be Sasha Banks. We know that already, right?
We do?
Yeah, sure. It's going to be Sasha. You think Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam? No, come on.
Well, okay, yeah, in the long run, no. But who can really beat Nia Jax? Like, that'll be how is Sasha Banks going to pull that one?
I don't know.
I guess I should agree with, like, it'll totally be Sasha Banks. Like, I just don't know how that's going to.
Yeah, they've positioned Nia Jax as someone that can't be beat, I guess.
Right.
But Sasha Banks is going to win.
Okay.
That's the way it has to be. All right.
I'm just a sheep following the herd on this one. I'm just going to have to agree.
So yeah, but Bayley came to the ring on Raw, and she announced that she had a separated shoulder, so she wasn't going to be able to fight Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, and the crowd booed her.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of get it.
How quickly they turned.
Yeah, I kind of get it. Maybe Bayley, with the whole hugger life or hug life and all that stuff.
Hug life, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe she should be a bad guy. It's kind of a cool bad guy gimmick. You don't think so?
No.
So you think she can never turn? She can never turn heel?
Not anytime soon.
Okay.
They have enough heel in the women's division. Like, they need a super good girl for that side.
She is a super good girl. What is today's date? Today is the 9th. Today's Thursday, probably.
Today is the 10th, technically. At the time of production and recording, the date is August 10th, 2017.
Okay, real quick, before we move on to SmackDown, I want to mention that Brock came out at the beginning of the show during Miz TV when Miz was calling out Jason Jordan, and Brock Lesnar just basically laid waste to Miz and the Miztourage.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
German suplexes and F5s all around.
Yeah, and it looks great. It looks, like somebody's getting hurt. Like somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody is going to break their neck.
Sure.
They all landed fine, but, he's a violent man. He's so violent.
Yeah.
But I did see a tweet this week from John Jones. I can't pull it up at the moment, but it had something to do along the lines of it had crossed his mind to show up at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
I think he's thinking about it. He should be thinking about it.
What are the odds that John Jones is at SummerSlam?
5 to 2.
2% to 5%?
Yes.
Or you're saying 5 to 2 odds? I don't know what the hell is 5 to 2 odds. Holy shit! I have no idea what that means.
Out of every 1.5 times he shows up to SummerSlam,
Yeah.
he's there 5 times.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think he's going to be
Okay.
there.
I'm saying 0%. You say he's going to be there 5 to 2.
He's going to be there. He's going to be there from 5 o'clock to 2.
I guess that's fine. If we're talking 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., he'll be on the show. Because I'm pretty sure
he's going to do the pre-show.
Yes.
He'll be there.
Yeah, the pre-show starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I believe.
Hey.
Holy shit. That's a lot of wrestling to watch.
It is. And So I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but the pre-show I heard is going to be a couple of tag matches probably the pre-show.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Go ahead. The Usos and the New Day, correct?
Yep, correct. And then it'll be the Anderson and Gallows and the Hardys. Maybe? Is that what I saw?
Man, that doesn't seem to... Oh, yeah, that probably is the case because one of the two members...
The report I saw...
The Revival. One of the two members of Revival is injured. Hurt. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so the Hardys probably will be going up against Luke Gallows and company.
Mr.
Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson. Yeah. Luke Gallows and company. That should be the name of the tag team.
Yeah, so that'll be a pre-show not worth watching unless there's anything else.
Yeah, that doesn't sound enticing.
I mean,
although the Usos have been pretty good recently, right?
They have. It's been entertaining to watch them, but
we just saw this match from the last pay-per-view.
Yeah. But again, a lot could happen in the next couple weeks, and maybe something big will happen before SummerSlam, and then this match won't really matter as much if it stays as a pre-show.
Sure. So SmackDown opened up with John Cena, right? And this is, oh man, I so hated John Cena this week. I don't know how you felt about him. His cadence. I mean, shit, I hate my cadence, but John Cena, ugh.
I read a little bit. I missed the first 15 minutes of SmackDown. I looked at my phone at about 8:15, and I realized, oh wow, I don't have a recording set up, so I immediately used my phone to set up the recording on my TV. So I watched it from right after that, but I didn't get to see Cena's promo at the beginning.
Okay, well,
so maybe he's suffering from some neck twinges, and maybe he wasn't talking straight. Is that what you're saying? He was slurring his speech?
No, he wasn't slurring his speech. It was just it was the classic PG John Cena. It was an absolute nothing. He did bring up the Montreal screw job, and that was probably
he did.
Yeah, that was really about it. Interesting from his opening promo. He mentioned he just got beat by Nakamura.
Mm-hmm. Did Baron Corbin come out?
Baron Corbin came out. Corbin came out, and then
Mr. Money in the Bank.
Mr. Money in the Bank. They were going to have a match, or John Cena challenged Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was like, John Cena, you got nothing for me. There's no reason why I need to fight John Cena. Right? I got the Money in the Bank contract. You're not the champion. I don't care about John Cena. So Baron Corbin was walking out, but then that's when Daniel Bryan came in and said, this match is going to happen at SummerSlam.
Sweet.
Yeah, so Baron Corbin, John Cena at SummerSlam. Sounds like a bore to me, but...
yeah. I mean, it's just, that extra paycheck for those guys.
Sure. Lana...
Not much is going to come from that.
Oh, Lana backstage. Did you see that from WWE.com with Tamina?
No, Tamina.
Yeah, Tamina.
I didn't.
So, yeah, Lana tells Tamina that she wants to be just like her, only pretty... only pretty and with charisma.
Okay.
That's what she tells her. And so that sets up a match with Lana and Charlotte.
Yeah.
And so Lana and Charlotte have a match. Lana pulls down Charlotte Flair's pants. Unfortunately, not to the studio. No. To the studio audience, not to the television audience.
I was going to say, I saw that match, and I totally missed that.
Yeah. We didn't get to see her bare bottom. It was to the
bummer.
live. Yeah, bummer. There was a chant of "Thank you, Lana." After
that's what that was. I did hear that.
Yeah,
okay.
that was. After
I was wondering what that was.
Charlotte's pants. But yeah, basically Charlotte pretty much.
Well, I mean, we pretty much see all of Charlotte in his.
Yes, we have.
If you have the internet scene of Charlotte to paint the picture.
You have. Also, Eva Marie got released some point over the last couple weeks. And really? I had seen some comments about if you have an internet connection, you've seen all you need to see of Eva Marie. But I don't know. I haven't tried to look it up since then. I know she has an Instagram and stuff.
I'm sure it's still there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of these days soon, I'll discover some news of Eva Marie. I haven't tried to look it up, but I will eventually, of course.
Totally.
AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon in the center of the ring on SmackDown, talking about their match at SummerSlam.
Yes.
What did you think?
It was It was good.
I agree.
It wasn't amazing. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I see. This is where I heard about the all screw job.
Yes,
because Kevin Owens also brought it. And so is he just totally disowning Canada at this point as the face of America?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
It was funny. And then anytime he's going to be in America, he said he wanted to win the championship in America because, Canada doesn't matter. Something along those lines.
He wanted to win in a city that matters.
In a city that matters, right. Yeah. But he's never going to say that in America, right?
No, right, yeah. He's never said anything.
He's there in Canada, but he's never going to say something like that when he's in Brooklyn. He's not going to say that Brooklyn matters. Yeah. But yeah, he really dissed Canada and Toronto.
Yeah, and even before that, the fans were cheering for him. Like they did the whole chant for AJ Styles, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, the crowd. I'm not even sure if they were split necessarily, as much as just everybody likes both of these guys.
Yeah, that's true too.
Kevin Owens did bring up a clip from WWE Network as they were
brought up a couple of them.
He did, yeah, and one of them was Shane McMahon screwing Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes,
against Mankind,
circa 1998.
Yeah, Survivor Series. I couldn't remember what year that was, but it was Survivor Series is a tournament for the WWF Championship.
Yeah.
And Shane McMahon counted the 2 on for Stone Cold, and then gave him 2 middle fingers.
Sure did.
So it was good to see that footage on current WWE.
Yeah, a young, spry Shane O'Mac with the black hair.
Oh yeah,
jet black hair, skinny.
He's jacked now compared to what he was.
Yeah, just flies into the ring in the striped shirt. Yeah, that was very nostalgic for me. I totally remember. Very vivid. It's good to see.
Yeah. At the end of this segment, AJ Styles is trying to give a Pele kick to Kevin Owens, but Shane McMahon was in the way. Shane McMahon gets laid out with a Pele kick.
He does.
Kick. So this whole segment was just setting up whether or not Shane McMahon is trustworthy as a special guest referee.
Right.
And it was also to set up tension between AJ Styles and Shane McMahon, who just had a match at SummerSlam.
At WrestleMania,
sorry. SummerSlam's coming up. So,
I hadn't forgotten about that match, but it seemed like with, the way Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon had been, feuding, that I had pretty much assumed that AJ Styles and Shane McMahon's feud was pretty much forgotten. I had actually forgotten AJ Styles ramming Shane McMahon's head through a car window.
I could have swore that you just said that last week. You didn't say that last week?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. Apparently you didn't if you had forgotten about it. So
yeah. But yeah, I figured it was just, it was pretty much laid out. It's going to be, something more along the lines of Shane McMahon being pitted against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
But
no, it's both ways.
Is it both ways? It kind of seemed like wasn't necessarily mad about getting a Pele kick to the dome, but I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't reading it.
So, well, yeah, there's a lot of tension between AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. Sure. But isn't there also tension between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon?
I think there's a lot more between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. But so do you have any idea where this is going to end at SummerSlam? How this match might end? Not after,
like I said, I thought it was gonna be, especially before Tuesday night. I guess I had preconceived notions. I still had thoughts of Survivor Series 1998 where it screwed Stone Cold Steve Austin. I kind of thought maybe we might see a sequel to that, the 2 count and then hold the 3 count. I could totally see that happen. But now that they brought that back up, you can't necessarily do that again.
Yeah.
With Kevin Owens being the pinner.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see that happen. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. That's where I thought it was going, and that's where I wanted to go. Although, we don't need another Shane McMahon AJ Styles match. But still, I wanted for some reason Shane McMahon to align with Kevin Owens. But I do think what's going to happen is, I guess, Kevin Owens is going to lose in a semi-screwy way, right? That's not necessarily he's getting hit over the head with a chair by Shane McMahon, and then AJ Styles gets the 3 count. But something similar to that. And anyway, it's going to probably lead to Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. But yeah, I'd rather see Shane McMahon just turn with Kevin Owens.
Like why did they start beefing? It wasn't just over the botched 3 count from last week on SmackDown. Like why do they not like each other?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what really sparked that. Maybe that was it.
I don't feel like there was. I feel like there was something else going on before that. But there's so much shit.
There's so much shit.
So much shit. Not enough quality shit. But I feel like WWE is, for years, they've just been trying to do like, we're gonna do this week. They're not gonna remember what happened last week.
Right.
Dude, it's so getting that way.
Yeah, it is.
It's so getting that way because everything nothing means anything. So why should I even? Okay, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. Speaking of stuff not meaning anything.
Exactly. A grudge
match. My gosh, a grudge match between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. And of course, go ahead.
Let's talk about grudges.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Talk about something not meaning anything. Title's not on the line. A dead feud. Let's talk about Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, and so Randy Orton wins. And at the end of this match, he's doing this big celebration, and the commentators are talking about how Randy Orton should feel so vindicated, right? And
should he, though?
He shouldn't at all. He just lost like 3 or 4 times to Jinder Mahal when it freaking mattered because the championship was on the line. And now they say, you know what? Tonight, championship's not on the line, and Randy Orton. So, obviously just a throwaway.
It's very strange to me. Like, no Rusev interference, no Nakamura at ringside. There's no progression in any type of...
Well, we did get Rusev at the very end. Did you see that? You didn't see it?
No.
Okay,
I don't think I saw Rusev.
Okay, yeah, because Randy Orton kind of celebrated right after the match all the way up the aisle, and then maybe the last second or 2 of SmackDown, you'd probably turned it off, thinking it's over.
Yeah, 2 seconds? 2 seconds? Yeah.
Maybe
when I see that little logo in the corner, it's done.
Yeah, it might not even be. It might have happened inside the last 2 seconds of SmackDown. Rusev comes out and attacks Randy Orton, and they're like, "Oh, Rusev," and they're cut off there.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. So Rusev eventually got in there, but it was real late into the whole.
Wow, I totally missed it.
So, and you had mentioned Nakamura, who was not involved in this match. But
no, he wasn't.
He was not involved, but he did have a sit-down interview with Renee Young.
Yeah.
Did you think anything about the sit-down interview?
No.
Yeah, it was pretty much
basic.
nothing. Yeah, it was pretty nothing. I said he was going to take the title from Jinder, I think.
Yep.
Were the fans, are they chanting Ginger at Jinder Mahal? Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah, I think they're really hyped about chanting Ginger at Jinder Mahal. The Toronto crowd seemed pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think they
were
did
excited.
Too. Yeah. They seemed pretty excited, but I also, again, like I tend to kind of hone in on certain members of the crowd.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of the people earlier on SmackDown who were cheering for Shane McMahon, like giving him high fives and really chanting for Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
As soon as Kevin Owens goes into the ring too, they're shit talking Shane McMahon and cheering for Kevin Owens. Like in the matter of 2 minutes, they completely changed their tone.
Oh,
and
man.
That doesn't mean that they're bad fans. Like, they're just so into the story. I just found it funny, to change at the flip of a hat. But yeah, like, it was a great crowd.
All right, I got to tell this story. Now that you bring that up, I got to tell this story. The very first show, WWE show that I went to, it was a house show, okay? And Bret the Hitman Hart and Diesel were on the same team, but they were currently feuding, right? They were going to have a match at Survivor Series for the championship. And Bret Hart comes out. He's my favorite wrestler. I'm going crazy for him. I'm in like the first 5 rows.
Wow.
And I actually get to, as a little kid, I pat Bret Hart on the shoulder, right? I thought I was getting his glasses. I thought he was going to give his glasses to me, but he gave them to the kid next to me, whatever. So, yeah, I'm going crazy about Bret Hart. And then
you're not bitter about that.
I am bitter about not getting those glasses, for sure. I bet that kid doesn't give 2 shits now. The kid that got those glasses, he doesn't give 2 shits about them anymore. He probably threw them away years ago. But anyway, I still got the glasses that I bought merch that night. Bret Hart glasses. I still have them. But, okay, regardless, let's move on in the story. So right after Bret Hart's entrance is Diesel's entrance. And so Diesel's music hits, and I instantly pop. And I'm like, going crazy. Oh, yeah, it's Diesel. And then I remember.
After your favorite wrestler.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, him and Bret Hart are feuding right now. So then I, try to calm down. And I look at Bret Hart, and I swear that Bret Hart is, looking right at me as I'm looking at him in the ring. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. You're the man. I'm pointing at Bret Hart, and I'm like, don't worry about this Diesel guy. You're the man. Yeah. But, yeah, I was completely caught up in storyline, too, so I get it.
I guess it happens, yeah. But you and the Hitman made eye contact, huh? You guys had a moment there.
I swear we did. We did.
He was looking at you thinking, hey, are you cheering for Diesel right now?
Yeah, I thought you were totally...
I thought you wanted my glasses.
Yeah, you're wearing my fucking merch glasses right now. Oh, God. That's a whole other story. I'm so bitter. So, anything else from this week that we should talk about?
I was really impressed with Tozawa this week. He had a really good match against Daivari. He's really been growing on me a lot. Tozawa has, just his in-ring capabilities. I don't really like him teaming up with Titus Worldwide.
Yeah,
but I think he's a really talented.
Yeah,
he's got good moves.
He's definitely a good wrestler. Was Neville on Raw this week?
He didn't wrestle. I think he showed up backstage. Right?
Okay.
He showed up backstage on a Tozawa promo before his match.
Okay, yeah.
With Daivari.
So you're big on Tozawa.
At the moment.
Today, you picking Tozawa over Neville for the championship at SummerSlam?
I don't know about that. The king of the cruiserweights is just really tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who can beat him.
Yeah, the way the cruiserweight division's going, I think it's hard to put anybody over him.
Yeah.
At the moment, anyway. Yeah, I think that's it for me. So we will catch you next week. That's Strange Wrestling Show.
Thanks a lot for tuning in again this week, everybody. Check us out again next week, and we will see you next time.
Pieces.
Yep, you now rocking with OmegaMan R. Hit Omega mode, deliver OmegaMan bars. I'm the rugged vanguard, destined to make a mark. Taking hip hop, mix it with wrestling for a spark. Yep, you now rocking with OmegaMan.